Hello there and welcome to another video, and today in this video I will be going over Blooket and trying to make sense out of the interface. I will be explaining a couple of things on the application with regards to generally how things work. And if that sounds about right, then let's dive right in. Alright, so first of all, Blooket is a application that lets you build fun and interactive games for your students. Now that said, let's dive right in. So the first thing you'd want to do is to of course head over to your dashboard, and well, yeah, you just need to create an account. And if you're a teacher, you will be prompted to select whether you're a teacher or you're a student. Now if you're a student, you would need to select student, and if you're a teacher, you would of course need to select teacher. Now let's look at this right here. So there are a couple of things you do need to note. So first of all, there's this thing called discover sets and create sets. Now these are basically create set is basically this right here. That's basically this. It will take you to the same place. And discover sets is basically this discover right here. And we're currently on my set. So my set is basically this is where you get to see games you create, right? So next up we'll go to discover, and generally this is where you get to see sets or games created by other users of the application. And you can actually pick between a category of things like trivia, math, science, social studies, world languages. There's basically unlimited resources here that you can use, and the fun thing is you can actually click on them and customize the questions to what you're looking for. And you can as well host this game, right? So you can do that. You can use this as an assignment. You can add it to your favorite list, and I'll go over this right now. So I'll just click on this star right here, and it's going to be added to my favorite list. So that can work. As you can see, it has some information as to how many plays it's had, how many favorites it's had. So if I untick this, as you can see right here, it moves to 3. So I'll just tick it again, and it's currently 4, right? So yeah, you can actually, since you're a teacher, you can actually see the answers to this. So it's currently as my favorite. It's currently been set as my favorite. So I'll just go over to favorites over here. I'll just click on it, and as you can see right here, it is my favorite. So over here I can host this game as many times as I want to. It doesn't really matter, right? I can do that. I can move it to a different location, right? So that's basically that. And history, basically this will be where you will see all the games you've hosted. That's basically what will be on this history. We haven't hosted any game yet. If we had hosted a game, you would have seen things like some information about the game that was hosted and how many games have been hosted in the past. And we also have this one here, homework. That's basically games you assign as, or sets you assign. We'll just refer to them as sets right now. If you're confused as to how this works, I'll just go back to favorites. Oh, actually I'll just go to discover. I'll just click on something else this time. So we'll do root words, just so you see how it works. So as you can see, we can assign this as homework right here. So if I click on this, there are some information I will need to provide, so to be able to assign that as homework. And yeah, that's basically it for that. And next up we have play. This is basically where you would have to provide something like a game ID. Let's say you were invited to a set. You can, of course, you would be given, if you're a student, that is, you will be given the ID, and all you have to do is paste it in here and click on this arrow right here, and you would be able to play that game, right? So that really can happen. So that's basically how that works. I'll just add this to favorite and go over to favorite, just so you see that that actually works. So I have 2 games currently added to my favorite. right? So that's how play works. Basically, we've covered these. So we'll be looking at create set later on. So let's move over to settings. And over here, you can see some details about your account. First of all, this is a starter plan, as you can see by the right here. So I'm being asked to upgrade plan, and you can see some info about yourself, like when you joined, what your account type is. So it's currently a teacher, email, and name. So you can edit some other information. Right here, and these are basically the Blooket social media platforms so you can visit, as well as some information, some useful links like privacy policy, terms and conditions, terms of service rather, and a couple of other things like their support email and a link to their frequently asked questions. So yeah. So after that, there are some other tabs right here. We won't be going into details about this, but I'll just start with this one. It's actually stats, and this is basically where you will see statistics about your account. So the more active your account is, the more information you'll be able to view on the stats right here. So that's basically how that works. We have books, we have markets, and we have news. So news is quite interesting because this is basically where you get to see updates to certain terms and conditions, including services about Blooket application. So it's quite important that you go there on a regular basis just to know what's trending. And we equally have market and books, blocks, blooks rather. So that's basically that for this. So if I go over here, you can see I can log out of my account and I can go back to settings, which is basically this button right here. So yeah. So next up, we're going to create a set. And I'm just going to go over the process briefly just to show you how it works. I'll just upload an image. So first of all, you can upload a file, an image URL, and of course you can upload image from your gallery. So I'll just click on upload a file, and I guess I'll just click on this. All right, so I'll just use that, and I will say who is Obama. Like, I really don't know exactly why this is. I'm just using basically anything. So you can add a title. This is really necessary, and you can add a description to this, a game on finding faces. Yeah, so that basically that should be okay. All right, so you can switch this to public or private if you want to. If you want your game to be, your set to be available to everyone, just like it is on the discover page, then you can set this to public. Else you can leave it on private. It all depends on you. So this is the next area. So first of all, you can add a CSV file, you can import it, you can import a Quizlet, or you can do this manually, which is basically what we will be doing. So you can see manual is highlighted, and I'll just click on create next. Right, so over here on this page, you can see where it's written add question. There's also one here. There's also the same options right here. I can add type, but I'll just click on add questions first of all, just so we, yeah, so right, so this is where the question will be, question number 1, and here is where the answer 1, answer 2. So these will basically be options that will be available to us. Over here at the top, this is where you'd add time limit for each question, for each question. So I'll just add a to 10 seconds. Right, so over here is basically the order the questions would be arranged in, and this is basically as to whether the question type is multiple or you need to type the answer. Right, so hopefully that makes sense. And these are options for adding maths, image, and audio. So you can do that if it's a kind of game where you need the players to determine what kind of image is currently on, which is basically what a typical face finding game is. But I think this won't work. I don't think this will work because this is a premium, this is a free account. So this, okay, it works. So I'll just use let's just pick this and see. All right, so that doesn't look bad. All right, so I can just say whose face is this. All right, that should work. Right, so whose face is this? I could say answer 1, a baby. Right, a baby, a child, a man, and a woman. Yeah, that looks like it would work. So I think I'll just put an animal right here, an animal. Right, so hopefully this makes sense, and I'll just take this one right here just so you know that this is the right answer. So next up, you can add mathematical symbols and equations to this, and an audio like I stated later on. So basically that's how that works. There are a couple of options right here, like being able to add image to this these answer zones. All right, so this is basically where you can't add image because it's a free account. So just click on not now. So basically that's how that works. I'll just click on save. All right, so one question added, and that's basically whose face is this, and it takes about 10 seconds. The time required for this particular game is 10 seconds. Right, so I can add as many questions as I want to, and basically if I click on show answer, it's, as you can see, though that's definitely not the one. Why did I select that? So let's just go over here and remove this. All right, so save. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Right, so hide answers. Right, so one question, so you can add as many questions as possible, and yeah, so I'll just click on save set. Let's remove this. So over at my sets, as you can see, one set has been added, and I can of course edit this. If I see, you see the settings right here, there are a couple of options you can you're free to. So this is basically the edit, and you can delete this too. Yeah, that's basically how it works. You can host this game, you can assign this game. So yeah, hopefully all of that makes sense, and that's basically it for this video. I just wanted to go over the interface of the application and just go over some basic features that you just need to know as a complete beginner in this, using this application, and hopefully I've done just that. So if this video did help you, in being able to use this application, the Blooket application, if you're a beginner, then do well to leave a like on the video, and of course subscribe to the channel for more tips and tutorials, and I'll see you in another video.